Everyone, this is Avinash. Today we'll see the request dispatcher in Servlet. So, what is request dispatcher? Request dispatcher is nothing but it will dispatch the or send the information from one servlet to another servlet or from one HTML to the servlet. So, we'll see the program how to write the request dispatcher program. So open the Eclipse. So this is I open the Eclipse, create a project, click on a file, new, dynamic web project, then give the project name. I'll give the project name as a request, dispatch, dis then click on next, next, select the checkbox of web XML, click on finish. So you can see here the request dispatch project is created. Now I will add, right click on this. I will create the HTML file, that is I'll give the name as index. I'm giving the file name as an index, that is index.html, index, then finish. So it's creating a HTML file now, created HTML file. Now I will write the code for HTML already written, so I'll just copy and paste for time saving. So here I'm accepting the username, I'm accepting the password. When I click on login, it will call the Servlet 1 program. So I have to create the servlet. To create the servlet, right click on project, new, and select the servlet. So I'll give the name for this Servlet 1. Next, next, and here I will use do post method. So uncheck the do get and click on finish. So here the HTTP do post is created. I have to write the code. So already I written, I just copy and paste that thing. I'll explain this code. The public. So now print writer, already know if you print output on the browser, I have to import the java.io. So request dispatcher, I have to import the request dispatcher, and so we are creating a servlet using request dispatcher. So here print writer, to print output I am using a print writer, and I created the object called out. Now I have to accept the data from the HTML. To accept the data, that is nothing but I have to read the parameter. To read the parameter, so HTTP servlet request, I created the object called a request. So using that, a request dot get the parameter. Get the parameter, it will get the T1. What is T1? T1 is the text box name of the name, that is first T1. So it will read from there and it will store in a string called en. And next one is T2. Whatever the user is typing in T2, that will get and it will store in a variable called P. Now I am comparing whether P is equal to demo and sorry, instead of P it should be n. N, that is name, n is equal to demo and P is equal to pass. If it is correct, whatever the username, if it is enter demo and if it is passed, then I am using a request dispatcher. Request dispatcher will pass the parameter to the servlet 2. So now here uh, servlet 2, that is nothing but using forward method. Okay, otherwise else it will print the name, it will print the message that sorry username and password error, and it will open the index.html page. Now I have to create the second servlet. To create the second servlet, right click, new, add the servlet and type the servlet name servlet 2, then click on next. So you can see here URL mapping, this same URL mapping you have to give in the first servlet. This and this should be same. Then click on next. Again I use the get method and click on finish. So here second servlet is created. Now in this second servlet I have to read the parameter what is coming from the servlet 1. So for that again I write a code. So this is the code for that. Print writer, I have to create the object, already you know. I have to import java.io. Now so string n request.get parameter, it will take the parameter from T1 and it will print the message welcome and whatever the name you are written. So T1 is from index. So your data will be transferred from HTML to servlet 1 and from servlet 1 to the servlet 2. That is nothing but a request dispatcher. Using request dispatcher, the data you are dispatching to the next servlet. Okay, and name will be same. So I'll save this and I will execute this program. What happened? Yeah. It should be capital. Okay. So I'll save and I will run. Right click, run as, you have to select, then click on run on server. So you have to select your Tomcat server, click on next, then click on finish. So I'll write the name is nothing but Vinash and password I'll just say. Okay, name should be demo and password should be pass. Click on login. So I'll run once again. Right click, run as, select the run on server. Click on next, click on finish. So I'll say demo as, click on login. So you can see here welcome demo is displaying. That is nothing but what happened here. First I have accepted the username, name and password here. Then I am calling servlet1, that is nothing but this. Now here the from T1 and T2, that will be get stored in N and P. If N is equal to demo and P is equal to pass, then I am passing to the second servlet as a dispatcher. That means whatever is came here, same way I am sending to servlet 2. Now in servlet 2, whatever the request is came, that is it will take from T1 I return a demo, so that demo will store in N and it will be printed welcome demo. Suppose if I change the password, I'll type the wrong password, then when I click on login, then it is again redirecting to the index.html. Okay, so this is request dispatcher. Thank you.